Hello, welcome to Keep the Channel on Love. I have a tarot reading for you today. First, we're going to pop into the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle and receive a message from that first, just to open up the energy. So any intentions that you might have for this reading, now's the time to hold them in your mind's eye. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody, and not all parts may resonate or be exactly like your situation. So if you want a personal reading, you can go to keepthechannelonlove.com and book your appointment. All right, let's get into it. Pull one oracle card for this collective. All right, one has fallen out. I love it. I just remembered I don't have my candle on, so let me turn that candle on for this beauty right here. Mermaid of Lemuria. Okay, this is all about having fun, bringing joy into your life. I love this card. Let me read a little bit from the book, okay? Keyword joy. Drop the worry habit, embrace the lightheartedness. Lemuria was a light-centered civilization where the peaceful inhabitants maintained an exceptionally pure connection to the divine. Mer people were an extension of the water element vibrating to a note of pure joy. The mermaids carried the fluidity of the divine feminine and were expert at balancing energy through play, relaxation, dance, creative movement, and sound healing. All right, she says, I see how much time and energy you spend worrying about the future. You're trying to control and plan everything out of fear. This approach is outworn and it dulls your radiance. I'm here to clear you of rigid, anxious patterns that sap your life force and cloud your spiritual vision. When was the last time you played and had fun? Leave work for now and let your hair down. Trust that it's safe to drop your routines for a while. Lighten up and dance with the flow of life. Joy is your birthright and opens up creative solutions. Connecting to simple joys is the answer to any life challenge you may be handling right now. Okay, so there is an energy shift happening here for you. All right, you're being asked to drop the rigidness, to come into your lighthearted being. I mean, we are coming into the summertime. Some additional meanings: practice Lemurian or mermaid meditation journeys. Sacred geometry is accelerating your spiritual development. Place pictures on your altar, wear jewelry, visualize symbols in meditation. To activate Lemurian knowledge, use crystal grids to amplify your Lemurian energy. Visit or move to the coast, already here. Express your feminine energy and sensuality. I create pockets of joy every day. I swim with the tide of life. Ooh, I just dropped something. It's okay. I'll get it later. All right. That's beautiful. And I love too that it reminds us that sometimes, issues like in life, problems, challenges, the answers usually come when we're in our creative self. Challenges, issues, problems, they all call for a creative approach. Okay, sometimes we're thinking of things too logically, and we need to bring in that playful side to find our way again. All right, okay, so let's get into some tarot and see what this is about. Give me some affirming cards for this collective, Spirit. How will they know that this message is for them, Spirit? All right, we have two cards. We have the Queen of Swords. This is air signs: Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Could be feminine Queen of Swords, and I could understand why the Queen of Swords is very logical and methodical and organized. So some lightness of being, some joy, some water energy could be helpful for you today. With the Six of Pentacles, I love that. Okay, so this is an Six of Pentacles and Seven of Wands. So the Queen of Swords could be dealing with, you know, being in a position where they have to tally out resources. Okay, maybe you are a manager at work, you're managing people, because I see a lot of different energies with the Seven of Wands coming at you with problems, challenges. You could be somebody just that in life, you know, kind of attracts. You could be like somebody that's pretty well resourced, and so people are always asking you for help with that Six of Pentacles. And sometimes this could be, you know, you're in your full, you know, presence, and like you're feeling whole and you have the capacity to do that. But with the Seven of Wands, I'm feeling like you're feeling a little overwhelmed about this right now, okay? So that could be why the Mermaid of Lemuria pops up for you. Okay, can you tell me what this person needs to know today, Spirit? Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles in their reversal, okay? So this definitely has something to do with like a work environment, some kind of project environment, okay? And I can see that you have been, you know, like kind of, you've been working really hard. And I almost feel like you know, with the Four of Pentacles being in the reverse, it's like you feel like you're ready to kind of open up your energy a little bit out of this job situation. Like you've really had to contain yourself and just stick to work, okay? Five of Cups. There's also some like sorrow energy here, grief energy. You could have undergone a loss. That could be why too you kind of like were put in this position of like needing to be the one that people go to for help. I mean, it could have been a loss of anything. It doesn't have to be a loss of a person. You know, for some, I feel like maybe somebody lost a job. Somebody lost their savings. Oh no. Wait, let me just clarify really quick. Why is this Eight of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, too many cards popped up. Take this one. King of Cups. Why is this Four of Pentacles in reverse? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And why is this Five of Cups here? Three of Swords. So definitely Three of Swords in reverse. Definitely, and the Sun in reverse. So definitely a loss of something that made you really happy in the past. This already happened. Eight of Pentacles with the King of Cups. This is a job that you really loved, okay? You really put a lot of your heart into it, or a project, or just something in your life that you really loved. You know, it could have actually been a King of Cups, a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody that was really emotionally inclined, with the Queen of Swords. So yeah, that could have been Knight of Pentacles, clarifying the Four of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like somebody just didn't put enough investment, didn't show enough interest here. And so that was kind of like the first sign of the loss, I guess, or like how this loss kind of came about, or why it happened, is because somebody wasn't giving this Queen of Swords, you know, their full like presence, okay? But whatever it was, the Five of Cups, you know, it's still very much creating like a sad state for you. Like this yeah, it feels like you're, you know, you're still really stuck in the story. I don't want to say stuck, because grief just has such a weird way, you know, like it's not linear, and you can come back to certain things all the time. But right now, this energy, I think you're thinking about it a little bit. I think you're thinking about it. I think it makes you a little sad sometimes. Yeah, there's definitely some overwhelm here. I think maybe when you're like at work, there's something about when you're working as well, like that this energy kind of, I don't know, maybe, yeah, that's why the mermaid of Lemuria is here, you know, that's why that joy is here. Like you're drowning yourself in work in order to not think about this pain. Like you try to lose yourself in this, from this pain. You just try to escape this pain by really getting into work, and you like, you know, part of your excuse of working so hard is that you have other people depending on you. But I don't know, the universe sends in the mermaid of Lemuria, and I'm like, it's time to go play. All right, let me see what kind of guidance Spirit wants me to give you. What kind of guidance am I give this person, Spirit? I feel like the mermaid of Lemuria is enough, but I mean, like, get out there, get to playing, you know, maybe put some of these projects on pause, regain your lightness of being. Yeah, 9 of Swords in reverse. Get some rest, some real rest. King of Pentacles in reverse. Like it's time for you to be a little selfish. It's time for you to take care of you. It's time for you to give to yourself. It's time for you to think of yourself. Like you're stressing out so much over others and, you know, other people's problems. I'm going to take this one. The Justice card in reverse, too. There's a lot of reversals here. Lots of reversals. Don't think so much about whether what you do for you is right or wrong, okay? Obviously, you want to be mindful of your choices because all choices have consequences. And you want to be mindful of the consequences that you don't have control over, for example, like law things, you know? So be mindful of that. However, when you don't include yourself within this compassionate giving energy that you so give to your work and to other people, you create karma with yourself, okay, honey? You create heavy karma with you. In this lifetime and other lifetimes, it doesn't matter, it's with your soul. So when you're giving to yourself and you feel that selfishness, you know, you probably have some kind of trauma in regards to giving to yourself, you know, like you were always told that to be a good person, you had to like give to others and you had to do for others and you're last. Well, this paradigm shift for you is very much about you doing this ancestral healing and realizing that if you're not well, how are you going to show up for other people? You know, how are you going to give from an empty vessel to other people? So learning how to take care of yourself and how to have fun once in a while, you know, have fun and not think so much about, like, you're somebody, I can guarantee, Queen of Swords, you're probably pretty organized, okay, and you have things, you know, you have like a little stash for the rainy day type of thing. So I think that you're okay, especially with that King of Pentacles, even if he's in reversal. Like, if you're not okay right now with resources, you know, and you're like, I can't afford to have fun. I can't afford to like take time off of work. Remember how it said in the guidance, create little pockets of time in your day where you can create some kind of like joy factor. So it doesn't matter, like it doesn't have to be about going out and spending money. This can be really simple, like connecting back to the basics of, you know, what makes you happy. Like maybe taking a walk and looking at flowers and taking pictures of flowers makes you happy, you know, like that creates like joy in your life. Like maybe, you know, I don't know, like having a cup of tea with a biscuit, like in the middle of the day, like that could bring you some kind of joy. So just little things that, like, you know, are going to improve your rest, your sleep, like that's really big with the Nine of Swords. And to open your energy up a little bit more, okay, with the King of Pentacles. Like, I feel like you're really closed off right now. You are, like, as guidance, this is asking for you to be a little more selfish, but you're a little closed off right now. You know, like just, yeah, like, and I don't know, like, you know, listen, the King of Cups came up to clarify this Eight of Pentacles in reverse. But the King of Cups is the King of Cups too. Like this is somebody that's very loving, heart-centered, okay? So if there's somebody in your life like that too, I feel like they're also, like what Spirit is also saying is like, you know, part of your, I know you have your regular work, you know, but part of your soul work too is to connect to your emotions, to connect to your heart, to enjoy, you know, love, to enjoy romance. Yeah, to give yourself some space to experience that, okay? I know, like I was looking at the Three of Swords and the Sun in reverse, the Three of Swords and the Sun in reverse. And I mean, I think, you know, there's a little more pain here than you let on to show that you carry. Let me get you some soul contract cards and see. Light of truth. The light of truth dispels confusion, offering clarity and insight. Follow its guidance to uncover deeper wisdom within yourself. Illumination, revealing wisdom, inner knowing. Trust the timing. Time is the universe's ally. Trust its flow and everything will fall into place. Patience, divine rhythm, perfect timing. I feel like somebody's also looking for work. Could be looking for work. Beyond boundaries, break free from limitations and embrace the limitless potential of your soul. Expand beyond boundaries and step into your true power. Limitless potential, expansion, spiritual liberation. Beyond time, this is the second message in regards to timing. Your soul transcends time and space. Dive deep into its essence to discover infinite possibilities. Timelessness, transcendence, soul journey. Okay, so if this has to do with a job, trust that the timing is perfect for you, okay? I know you probably, like, I've been in that, like, pressure cooker moment where it's like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent, so something's gotta give. But, you know, I truly can tell you that from experience, okay, that if you fall back a little bit and just step into, like, reconnect to your essence, to your joy, you become more magnetic, okay? And so you become like this beacon of light. You're more truly yourself when you're relaxed. You're more truly you can think clearly when you're relaxed, okay? So maybe don't fly off to an island, you know, for a week if you're looking for work, but you know, maybe take a day off and, like, find your footing again. Like, just relax a little bit, you know, unwind. Go get a massage, darling. Go get some acupuncture. I don't know, get some sound healing, just to calm your nervous system down, okay? And then, and if it's something that has to do where you're like throwing yourself into work because you don't want to think about this Three of Swords situation that kind of threw you off a little bit or a lot, you know, trust also that the grief is going to pass one day. You're not going to live with this forever. And that part of your healing process needs to be self-care, not just work. It could be a good mix of work and fun, you know. And that spreading that love to others, it's a beautiful thing and it's necessary, and, you know, but it needs to include you too, okay? Otherwise, what are you gonna do when you're spread too thin, you know? Like, you have people that rely on you and they rely on your energy, and if you spread yourself too thin and then you burn out, you know, then you're really gonna disappoint people, and that's what you're trying not to do. So yeah. Okay, y'all, I think I'm going to leave this reading right here. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to read to you. If you want to book your own personal reading, keepthechannelonlove.com. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok at keepthechannelonlove. And it's always really helpful when you like and share and communicate like through comments. That's always helpful too. Much love to you all. I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.